My sister is pregnant and it makes me upset. I just found out my younger sister is pregnant and am quite upset about it. Let's call her Ruth. For backstory, Ruth makes the worst choices when presented with the options. In high school, she got involved with drugs of some sort and eventually married a guy we all assumed to have been her dealer. He had a kid already, and Ruth was happy to have a pre-built family, so to speak. Her husband never graduated high school and can't keep a job. Ruth did graduate, but never pursued education from there, which is fine, neither did I, but sticks with minimum wage jobs. The few times she has gotten better paying jobs she has been fired for sleeping in and missing shifts, or will straight up quit cause it's not the vibe she wants. She eventually cheated on her husband with her new dealer, so they divorced. The new dealer got her into meth, and they both were eventually arrested for possession and various other things. We all thought the jail time would snap her out of her chaos, but she did what she always does and shifted the blame to whoever else she could. Our mom bailed her out, paid the impound for her car, etc. to try and get her on her feet. Ruth recently got back with her ex-husband and just now told our mom she is pregnant. She lives in a rundown white trash neighborhood in a house that is falling apart. She has at least 10 cats and 5 dogs, none of which are treated for fleas/ticks or fed well, even though she claims to be rescuing them. She smokes and vapes constantly, to the point a miasma cloud of cigarette smoke follows her everywhere, and we are all convinced she is still doing some assortment of drugs based on her behavior, pallor, and general lack of money. Our mom has had to pay bills for her, and I'm not convinced Ruth pays her back despite my mom claiming she does eventually. Ruth has always been attention-seeking. When my wife and I got engaged, Ruth was suddenly announcing her engagement to her husband. She planned their wedding to be in our grandparents' backyard on their wedding anniversary as an homage to them. When my wife and I bought our house, Ruth jumped the gun and bought a single-wide trailer to put on a piece of land her husband owns. It was ratty and rundown, was yellowed inside from cigarette smoke, and there were gunshot holes in some of the mirror panes in the house. She has a habit of putting lipstick on a pig, as the saying goes, so claimed it had great bones and she could fix it. Now, my wife and I just succeeded in getting pregnant from IVF. It took a long time and a lot of medical visits, but it took, and I am 4.5 meters along. As fate would have it, Ruth has miraculously repaired her relationship with her ex-husband and they are back together and she is now expecting, and we all suspect she was actively trying. On top of all this, my middle name is a family tradition that is given to the firstborn daughter. I have it, my mom has it, her mom has it, as did my great-grandmother. Ruth, however, loves it and has stated in no uncertain terms that she will be using it if they have a daughter, which she is really hoping for. Myself and our family have told her that that is really poor form, but she says she doesn't care and will use it anyway. My upset feelings are twofold. 1. She has always done everything she can to get the attention of her when someone else is getting it. Part of me is angry she just had to go and get pregnant also when we worked so hard for it and wanted to enjoy the happiness our family was feeling for us. Our child is going to be the first great-grandchild and our mom's first grandchild. Now it feels a little lesson cause Ruth is jumping in with oh but look at me expecting. Secondly, I have no faith that she will be a good mother or household for that child. She has no money, lives in squalor, has a home infested with fleas, is on drugs and smoking, does not take care of her own body medically, and does not eat a well-rounded diet. She claims she will be changing these things, but in the past she has never followed through. And the cherry on top is the middle name. Even if we have a daughter and get to use the name, I cannot stand that Ruth is willing to belittle a tradition due to her selfishness. Our mom says I need to accept that it has happened and be supportive and happy for Ruth. She says our kids will be cousins, and we need to get along for their future's sake. While our mom does not like this either, she is doing her best to support Ruth cause she worries for the kid. My wife is livid along with me, but also says what's done is done. I'm just having a hard time accepting that. Ada for being upset with Ruth? I know it doesn't change the situation, but she needs a dose of reality that no one is willing to give her.